tougher thing to come to grips with is like just some people aren't going to make it.
It's true.
You know that way better than I do, but
Yeah, it's sad, dude. And it's good people too. And they convince themselves of all the wrong reasons why they're not making it. That's the part that kills me. You know what I mean? I'm like, you don't even see the real reason. Shit, it's tough to watch. What up, y'all? Welcome back. Another episode of the Insurance Insiders Podcast. Got Roy Clancy today. Another young buck leading the space like crazy, dude. Selling a lot of insurance, building a big team. Much like, what's your buddy's name? I talked to a couple weeks ago. Trace, yeah.
yep.
Similar backgrounds, door-to-door stuff.
Yep.
Kids in college figuring out they can make a bunch of money along the way. I'm trying to teach my son Braden that. He's 17. He can get his license in November, and he's on the phones booking appointments right now. And he's looking into all kinds of stuff. I'm like, I know door-to-door guys, I know pest guys, I know alarm guy, I know them all. What do you want to do? Right. He's enjoying insurance, dude. So
honestly, dude, like I felt like door-to-door was such a great experience, but it was one of those things where it was going to propel me into something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't the end game. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Did you know that going in? Like, was it on purpose?
Dude,
like, hey, I want to learn this skill set, so I'm going to start here. Or was it just shit luck?
When I went in, dude, it was like, I did not want to do concrete again. You know?
Okay, got it.
And I was like, anything to not do that shit.
Why? What's that like? I don't know nothing about it. I drive by the places. We have a ton of them near me, but I don't know what happens.
So I did concrete with my football coach. So there was that dynamic because it's like if I did a shitty job or I woke up late for work or something like that, because we do early pours like 4 a.m. because the heat's like 115. So you'd have to get done by like 11. Right? But yeah, and then you'd pull up to football practice and there's your boss again. So
it was nonstop.
Yeah, nonstop. So
dang.
Did you start?
You were young doing that in high school, I assume, or college? Did you mean 18? Got it. 18, yeah.
And then I moved. So kind of my trajectory was I got a random text from a buddy, super obscure, you know, hey, dude, I'm doing this thing over the summer, you know, this business opportunity.
I've got one of those texts, bro. That's how we're both here right now.
Exactly.
I love it.
And I was so naive that I was like, business opportunity, anything to not do what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
I hopped on a call with his manager, you know, that's pretty classic, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Naturally.
It was like, dude, I was sold day one. It was like 80 hours a week, door to door, straight commission. And I don't know what it was. I feel like a lot of people, because then I tried to recruit, right? And I was going into the mindset like I would just recruit people that were like me. You know, they just get it. And
yeah. Yeah. How'd that work out?
It is. So,
is it similar model where like if they sell, you get a little piece, or is it different? Like in that right off the rip, you get spread?
So in that business, there's no, you don't recruit your first summer.
Got it.
You don't know what the hell you're doing. So, yeah, which makes sense to me. Like I couldn't have brought a team. Now I did bring out like my brother and a couple other of my friends, but he went under my manager, which
yeah, got it.
Probably the right thing too, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Sure. So you have to become a manager and then you can manage a crew and get some spread type of deal. Makes sense.
You have to get like invited back to do it again.
Really? Yeah. Oh, dude, can we do that?
What do you mean?
Can we invite every week? Agents have to get invited back.
That's actually not a bad idea. You know,
I agree.
Make some work for it.
Would you invite every one of yours back next week if you could?
Ooh.
If you had the choice right now today, and I said you have to pick, how many you got total selling?
Just 10.
Okay. If I'm like, you can only bring 7.
So, okay. So it goes from, can I invite all of them back to I can only bring 7?
I mean, if you only got 10, I guess you got some stragglers that don't sell is what you're saying.
Only like 1. So, but our model is it's a little bit different than we tried right now. We're new, John. We're not.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I like this type of stuff.
We're trying to do that all on the front end, you know, like hard to get in on the front end. You're in the office, you're taking up space, you're not paying rent. So it's basically like, you're not showing up on time. This is free rent anyway. Time for you to work from home. But I don't have any experience with people that are remote at all. So it's interesting, man. I'm learning a ton. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I would
What are
say
you
yes.
learning?
Yes, I'd
No,
say
go ahead.
yes. I'd invite them all back.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
they're a solid crew, man. And
That's
they're going to
good.
watch this podcast. So if I said no, then they're going to be
Well,
wondering,
mine are going to watch this podcast and I will say no.
really?
Yeah. You know what I haven't figured out how to get really good at yet, dude?
What?
Is like setting all the expectations up front and them all saying, yes, I'll do it. And then when they still don't do it,
Hmm.
not like bringing it to their attention.
What do you mean? What way?
Like I want to point it out. You know what I mean? I'm like, you said you would do this, but you don't do this, and yet you still frustrated financially. Like, do you not see it's not what you think it is causing the problem?
Right.
You know, because I can't get them all to listen still. So if you figure that out, dude, I would love to hear more.
I have not figured that out. I feel like in when and this might change, right, as time moves on, but it's like let's just recruit a bunch of killers,
Yeah.
build out the foundation, and then we'll turn on the floodgates, run
Yeah.
ads and do all that stuff. And actually, dude, I was really curious with you, like how are you recruiting right now?
Yeah. Me personally, I'm very fortunate that somehow, because I do a lot of this shit, people tend to come to me pretty often and want to be part of something new. Huh?
So how do I get a piece of that?
Yeah.
Do more of these.
It's yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's progressively switched from me having to do outbound actual recruiting or running ads, right? Or some combination or working people's warm market, which I still do.
Yep.
But the initial people, like when I said I'm going to rebuild this base shop, none of them were from ads. They all just came from my YouTube or Instagram or some video, or they saw me speak somewhere, or it's content has got all of it for me today.
No shit.
Yeah, literally all of it.
Wow.
Don't run any ads. I run zero ads today.
Wow. What
Could I
about
get more people with ads? Yes, but it would be a different demographic. Have you ever read? I always talk about this book, The 5 Levels of Leadership from Maxwell.
No.
John Maxwell.
No.
You seem like a guy that likes to read stuff. This one was like one of the most enlightening books ever for me
Really?
with
Five levels
people. Yeah, because it let me know, like, there's all these leadership things, and we go, how do I do A, B, and C to have leadership qualities, right? How do I be a better leader? How do I, right? And we're always trying to develop ourselves. Well, this book threw a curveball because it explains the view of how other people view you as a leader relative to their position, your position, how well they know you or don't know you. Right.
Interesting.
So in an ad, you're
Yeah.
just a leader because Roy ran the ad. They don't know shit about you. You haven't done anything for them. You hold no weight
Right.
typically, and that book talks about how to change that and influence it.
Is that how you got into content creation? Did you read that book and you're like, you know what, I should start pushing value ads?
No,
Ads, but
no,
just value add content.
no,
Like
that started, it
whatever.
started the trickle though of me understanding I can influence people's perspective. Meaning one of the things we talk about really easily is when I get you on a podcast and I go, hey, my team says, I'm looking down because my team gave me notes. They said, Roy's at 274,000 through June. His team is at 985. You've
Yeah.
only been in the business 2 years. You hit Hall of Fame, which is 400 grand your first year. Like, dude, that is going to instantly make you carry more weight with the people who didn't know that right before I said it.
Sure. Yeah.
Like third party validation, super simple way to do it. This book talks about different ways to do it and how to more intentionally control that view other people have of you as a leader. And then as time went on, you start seeing, like, again, third party validation, dude. If I'm on people's videos, I'm on people's podcasts, I'm teaching people how to make a bunch of money, and all the responses are like, hey, thanks for your book, thanks for this talk, thanks for this video, it helped me do ABC. That gives validity to me from strangers. So when I realized it was the same, I turned it up. I was not smart enough to realize that when I first read the book 10 years ago.
Got it.
It took me a little while to figure that out, that it's kind of the same.
He talks about, your lid.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's the same book, but it's one of his laws. I think that's one. I think that's his like 21 irrefutable laws of something.
So many damn books.
He does. Yeah, he's got like 100 books or something crazy.
Great.
Yeah, good stuff too.
That one we got. So Southwestern, the company and this is a sister company of Southwestern. What we're doing, They partnered with FFL or Integrity back in
Yeah.
2020. That's an interesting story to start with, but and I wasn't a part of that. I was still, selling door to door. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
we had one of the best things about door to door companies is they get really, really good at teaching leadership.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
I mean, Southwestern's been around for forever. So they're really, really good at that piece. Skills and character. They're
Okay.
really good at the character part. You know.
Neat. How so? What are some things?
Well, the whole idea of the program isn't to make money. It is. That's a part of it, but that's not like the
Sure.
primary focus. You don't like I didn't sell books because well, I ain't gonna lie. I went in because I needed to make money.
That's yeah,
Pay
I
for
get it.
I thought I was gonna go back to school and I needed to pay for school. I didn't end up going back to school because then I found sales, right? I was like, what the hell would I get 3 more years of school and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's because I was going into school for accounting.
Got it. Okay.
That was like a totally different career path. I could
Yeah.
totally
That was
different.
my background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
So, but anyway, we had a meeting after my first summer, and this guy was teaching about leadership, and he was talking about your lid. Like if
Yeah.
you're a 5, you're not going to recruit a 9, or if you
Yeah.
do, you ain't going to stay long.
Yeah.
Well, I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Like we all screw up, we all
Mhm.
got our own issues and problems and whatever, but that's
Sure.
one thing that's definitely stuck with me. That's like, you know, you're not if you're a 7 recruiting a 10,
It's tough.
impossible.
It's tough. You ain't gonna attract them.
Exactly. So
You know.
I
Or if you
think
do, you
that's
pass them off to your manager.
too. What was that?
Or if you do, you pass them off to your manager. That's why they
Right.
do that.
Exactly.
They're like,
Yeah.
hey, this guy, I used to recruit like that too, bro. For
Really.
sure. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. When I was new, I was like, yo, this guy Mike's over here teaching me how to make a bunch of money. You in? Talk to Mike.
Right.
That was it at early.
Who is this legendary Mike character? I've heard you talk about him in your videos, and
Yeah.
he kind of seems like he was your mentor, right?
Yeah. He Mike Killamet. He's retired since like 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And he was just a dude that was in the upline. It was like he was here and a guy he hired, and then a guy he hired, and a guy he hired, and that dude hired me.
Got it.
And that dude sent me the text like, hey, I'm doing this thing.
Yeah.
That was that dude. And he was just in Mike's hierarchy. And I don't know. He was the one at the front of the rooms running the meetings. So when I had questions, I tend to ask him instead of, again, my buddy's a great dude, but he wasn't at the front of the room. Mike was. So I would go to Mike a lot. And then the more and more I learned this business and kind of took the path I took to take a lot of initiative to do more than what most were doing, because I just watched the people killing it. And I was like, there's differences. I want to do what they're doing. And we became close because I became more of a student of the game of his. And fortunately, he didn't worry about hierarchy or depth or any of that. Kind of treated me. He taught me to treat everyone like they're direct to you. Right? It's like, just treat them all direct to you, like they're direct to you, because why not help them? And it all works out in the end, with money and all that crap.
Yep.
And he taught me a lot about patience and people and communicating and how to manage people. And I didn't have experience in any of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I was willing to work hard.
Yeah.
And I was very direct. Like I could just be honest, and you know what I mean? But
Well, that's huge. I mean, it's a huge plus. I don't know if you learned it, if you were born that way or whatever, but
yeah. I mean, I had to work hard. That's all I knew my whole life. My mom had to work hard to get us out of the hood and off welfare, and I had to work hard because I thought it was a genius idea at 16 to start having babies. So then you realize real quick you got to work. So
yeah,
I was paying for daycare in high school.
16, huh?
Yeah, she was born right after my 17th birthday, my whole senior year. So I was paying like $80 a week for daycare so I could go to school. And then I would leave school and go to Little Caesars to work after school.
I'm sure you tell your boys that, right?
Hell yeah, dude. I had the conversation with my son and my daughter literally yesterday. They were in my office. No, Braden don't have kids. Braden can't have kids. No, 0. They're negative 13 more years. I tell them all 30, bro. I'm like, yo, wait till you're 30. And he wants kids bad. I'm like, you don't want them that bad, dude. Go play with them. Do daycare. Do something else. Amanda has twins. Play with those.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So I'm trying to teach them to think more like y'all think at that young age. I didn't grow up in that environment. I didn't have access. I didn't know anybody. And I'm like, yo, if I went back in time, if I had someone And I probably did things wrong to not earn that someone. But if I had been in that situation, I'm like, I can't help but go, dang, what could life be like now?
Right.
You
And I'm
know,
not
so I want you
like,
to
I
talk to
didn't come
that.
out of the gutter, John. I didn't come out of my dad's a business owner. Like I've got 10 older siblings. I'm the youngest of them, so we
Crazy.
had to scrap at we had to split a pea 11 ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You were trying to get people to remember your name, bro.
exactly. They kept calling me Rob. I'm like, fuck you. Seriously, He'd go like this.
Nuts.
He'd go, Tommy, Danny, John, Mark, Jimmy,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
whole thing. So,
100%.
but yeah, I mean, he taught us a lot though. Like he's kind of a, you call him serial entrepreneur. I don't know. He
Yeah.
just runs multiple businesses and he's always scheming. He's always got something.
Yep. I like it. How old is he? He's probably my age for crying out loud.
No, dude, he's almost 70.
Okay. Got it. Oh, yeah. You're after 11. I'm
Yeah, they
stupid.
had me
I
at
didn't do basic
42.
common sense math there.
No, it's all good. She was 42. He was
You probably
40.
have siblings my age then.
Yeah, I probably got a brother. You're right, 46.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 48. Yeah.
Oh.
Makes sense. I got siblings super young too. So I get it.
Used to walk into Walmart and they'd be like, "Oh, is that your son?"
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
so yeah, I didn't grow up in a scenario where I had to I had to manufacture it because
Sure.
like my parents would have paid for every,
Yep.
but I didn't like, here's what I didn't like. I didn't like if you're paying for something, I've got to listen to you. So I watched a Gary Vee video when I was 18 and he said, if your parents are paying for your shit and you're complaining, you can go fuck yourself or something crazy like that. And
Yeah.
I was watching it on Instagram. I'm like, damn, that's me. And so from that point forward, I was like, I got to find something to make money. So I don't want to be that guy, I got to find something.
I need you to send me that video so I can send it to my kids.
Dude, I've tried to find it. It was like 2017 but
It's
he's
tough one
had
to
like
find.
different ones. I'll find one.
Yeah. I love his stuff. His mentality is really cool
Yeah.
on a lot of things. Hell, he'll scream at me saying I'm super young and I shouldn't be worried about the future and starting over or doing anything if you want to. What up, y'all? So YouTube memberships, we have one now. Right next to the subscribe button, there's a neon white join button. You can't miss it. Subscribe, whatever it says, click the link, get in there. I do a ton of coaching, teaching people how to dial, corrections, working on their presentations, working on their mindset. I will coach on theory, but I like coaching real world stuff. And if you join the membership section, you're going to see live coaching where I'm not only helping people, but every once in a while I get in there and dial myself. There's some cool videos coming out, tons of content. All of the training videos will be directly on my YouTube channel. That's available to members only. Super easy to find. So join now if you're interested. Click below. See you in there. Yeah.
I love that mindset though, because I mean, now his is a little bit extreme where it's like, eventually you're gonna die, right? But he's like, you're 7 years old, you're young, but you'd rather have that mindset than like, man, I'm old, bro.
It's true.
And even just on a micro level, we used to do that over the summer. That's how we would trick ourselves. So it's like week 10, we've got 12 weeks in a summer. So it's starting to get to that point to where it's
kind of over it.
Thinking about the trip and going home and seeing your girlfriend or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so we'd be like, day one, week one, baby, just getting started. Just left sales school, just getting started.
Yeah.
It's a cool mindset,
That's neat. Yeah. I love it. Love it. Love it. So how's that transition over to insurance, dude? How old are you now?
Which age now? 25.
25.
Sir.
Killer, dude. So how do we teach more people how to print money in insurance, dude?
Dude, it's not that hard.
Let's talk about it. What's your playbook? Let's just roll through.
I'll tell you right now.
Let's go.
It ain't hard, bro. Like all you got to do, I think there's a couple of things that are the most important pieces. Get in an office at least for the first couple months. Like get into a damn office.
Get in somebody's. Okay.
I love it. Get into an office, like if whatever, you got a family, you can't move, whatever, it's 2.5 hours away.
Yep.
Which we don't, well, one guy on my team just had twins yesterday and they moved their whole family with 2 kids to move here to sell insurance.
Sick.
That's commitment.
Sick. That's one of my favorite parts about what y'all do is have people move to you or you don't mess with them.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And like eventually we've talked about, eventually opening up to like that more like single mom remote type of deal. But
sure.
What we're trying to do right now is like, at least you got to move at least for a couple months.
Yep.
Like systems. Yep. And I know a lot of other people do that. I don't think we're special in that way. I think,
sure.
A lot of other agencies do that, but I think
most don't.
Yeah.
Most don't. There are others plenty that do, but most don't.
Yeah. When I heard that 92% fail in the first couple of years, that was my first thought is like, you're just probably not around people, bro. you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, and they've done studies too. Like I'm not going to act like I was watching on my, a peer reviewed study on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
They've done studies on like
Yeah.
apparently if you sit next to a top producer, your results go up 50%. No, sorry, 25%. If you sit next to a negative person or like a low producer, your results go down 50%. Double.
Makes sense.
And so if you're a low producer, you're always around yourself. So it probably goes down 100%.
Ooh, that would have hit deep for some of those people. It's true, dude. So when you talk about Mike Kilmet earlier, the best move I ever made that other people had the opportunity to make that they did not make is he offered at the time, it was early 2014, FL's first month.
Yeah.
And they reached out. Mike was like, I'm getting an office and I'm trying to see who wants to have an office inside, like an office, individual office inside his building, if you will.
Yeah.
It was $300 a month. And someone of the other upline called me and was like, hey, Mike's doing this office. He's trying to see if people want to be around it. It's $300 a month. Do you want one? And I first was like, let me think about it.
Yeah.
And then I hung up and I was like, that was really dumb. Hey, I called him right back and I'm like, I'm in. And I got the office literally right next to Mike. I was 8 feet from him for 9 years.
Shit.
I was bound to learn some shit.
Makes sense. Yep.
You know?
I was talking with Cody. I had him on our Life Pros podcast, and he was saying, he said, knowledge isn't power, proximity is power.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it's a good one. It's a heater.
That is a good one.
Yeah, man, proximity is everything. I mean, Monday morning meetings, daily sales training, the whole deal. And now, don't get me wrong. My mindset on this is like, if you want to figure it out, you will find a freaking way to figure it out.
True.
Find a way or an excuse. That's what we were taught selling books.
Yep.
And it's true. And we all make excuses,
Yeah.
Like plenty of excuses. But with something like this, it's like part-time sucks. I don't think anybody should do it. Part-time.
Agreed.
Not not a fan of anything part-time. Like, why would you do anything part-time? There used to be a saying like that they used to toss around too. It's like full-time, double full-time, I forget exactly what it was, like double time full-time so you can double time part-time so you can full-time free time or something like that. I forget exactly. It was interesting like that. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It makes sense actually.
Double time part-time so you can full-time free time. And
that's saying I want time and money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like if this thing can make you $2,000 on a sale, $3,000 on a sale, $1,000, whatever it is, it's like, where are you going to find something else that you can do something like that? Like, I really don't know. Like, we've got a bunch of solar guys coming in. One of the guys on our team was in the solar business. He's just, bringing a lot of solar guys in, and there's a mass exodus. There was one guy in here chatting this morning before this, and he's talking about like how the commissions work and like 2 months for this, and like sometimes you wouldn't get it, and then they dropped it. I'm like, holy shit! Like, that sounds like a nightmare, So something like this, I mean, where you can literally call somebody up on the phone like that lady. It's like, hey, Roy here. She's like, oh, about the insurance, right? What? His eyes were like, what? Yeah. And it's just crazy. It's a cheat code. You pay for leads. It's a cheat code. Like, when I left door to door, I was like, whatever I do next, I don't want a cold call.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew I didn't want a cold call, and I didn't want to call my friends and family. Even if I'm selling something great, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to leverage relationships for money.
Sure.
Yep.
I don't like that side either.
Thanksgiving or Christmas to get awkward,
Yeah.
I've done that too. So, but not like that much, a little bit.
It's awkward.
It's awkward. Yeah. It's kind of like they say no, and you're kind of like, all right, no big deal. Then you try to like build rapport on something else. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I found this, I was like, holy shit, you can just buy leads and then you can just skip that part.
Yeah.
Now some people coming in, as I'm finding out.
I think you're reading my mind about my next question. Yeah.
As I'm finding out, they ain't got the money, and
or the thought. So what my question was, and I want you to touch on it with the money, is like, you came from generating prospecting without a lead.
Right. Yeah.
So when you see a lead, you're like, oh, look, they know what it is.
Yeah.
Or the dude watching's like, my leads don't say that.
Right.
They say they didn't do it. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to say I was on that for a long time.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was on Integrity Lead Center, Gold and Silvers. For the first month, we were doing in-home.
Hmm.
And then the leads kind of dried up. Something happened. They dried up around Tennessee. And so we kind of were forced to switch to telesales. Ended up being a great thing.
Yeah.
Um, but we were driving, dude, we were driving 3 hours this way, 3 hours,
Tennessee's tough too.
dude, and setting up freaking,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. It'd be like, I set an appointment here, and then it's like an hour
Yeah.
and a half drive to this guy that doesn't answer his door,
Yeah.
whatever. But I only did it for a month. I'm not going to act like I did that for 5 years or 6 years, like
Yeah.
something. But, yeah, dude, I don't know. It's like you just go through the nose. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like, um, yeah, you can twist and you pull the right lever and the right thing and get every person to say, I want life insurance, you know?
Oh, that ain't how it works. Thank you for
Yeah.
confirming.
Yeah.
Because
Just
sometimes you
go
watch social
through.
media and you think all their leads call them and book them for them and buy their insurance on their own without.
As much as I said, like that lady that was like, oh, about the insurance, right? Like, how often does that happen? Like, even if they did fill it out, like you got to do a little bit of work and whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you can get better, you can gain some skill, but it's like
Imagine that.
it's not it's not rocket science. You got 100
No.
leads, you phone through them 25, your 25 rule,
Mhm.
3x Vegas odds. It's like eventually you're gonna get somebody that's like, oh, insurance, tell me more,
Mhm.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And then and you're gonna suck at first. You're gonna get it's always the same. Social and banking.
Yeah.
Everybody gets banged out. Social and banking, and they just get thrown around like a rag doll.
Yep.
I'm just here to get quotes.
Yep.
And they'll just let that phrase stay in that person's mind the entire sales call and never address it. Now, obviously, you don't want to address it right there because now you're building tension, but it's like
Sure.
let them be like, okay, yeah, no big deal. And then address it once you get into the rapport building.
So let's talk how I
That
want to
and
know how you do it.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I want to know how you do it without, because I know the way y'all sell is good, by avoiding those like crutch closes where we're just checking to see if you're eligible stuff.
I don't
Like,
do
and we're
that.
pretending they're not buying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see a lot of new agents get into that because they're, for some weird reason, even though it's like, dude, y'all realize you're lying to people. I got onto my team last week about it, and I probably talked about it on 3 podcasts because I'm like,
Yeah.
why are we pretending?
Right.
But I sort of understand the psychology of it. So I would love for you to figure out. They do struggle with. That's the things. I watch guys I'm building this new base shop. We
Yeah.
have our guys dialing in Discord live, smooth as shit. And dude, one guy, they asked for banking, and the lady goes, "Holy crap, a tree just fell on my house," and hung up on him. You know what I mean? Like it was that, like
Yeah.
right the
Yeah.
second he gave pricing and needed the banking, it was a
Yeah.
rat. Suddenly a tree fell, like legit. And now it wasn't legit, but she said it that way.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And you're seeing people go like, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What? I can't hear you." And they're like, "Can
Yeah.
you hear me?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I swear, dude, I'm watching it happen with my
Yeah.
new guys, and they're like, "What am I doing wrong?"
I think
So
that's
I
just,
would love some insight, dude.
again, that's just part of the beginning.
Yeah.
Accepting. Yeah, you're gonna get banged on a bunch. Like, but to that point, so I sell the truck drivers. Okay.
Yep.
Lots of IULs and term
Sure.
and final expense too. Like
Yep.
you get good at like transitioning out of, if they're in poor health. Again, you don't get everybody, but my mindset on it is, and you might find this a little bit interesting. At first, if you just need money, okay, I'm just saying, I don't condone it. I'm not saying that it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like, oh, let's just see if we get you approved or whatever, that is going to charge back
Yes.
without a doubt. Like there is no doubt in my mind that policy will charge back because I've done it. That's dude. When I first started, like, come
Yep.
on, I'm scrappy. I want some
Yeah.
money, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm like, I would let them know the effective date and stuff, and they're like, well, yeah, I guess it'll give us enough time to think about it.
Sure.
The only way I think that makes sense is when you're picking between a few options,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that you do it's important. You're like, for
There's a
example,
time and a place for it, for sure.
time and a place, but under the context of they wanted to buy life,
Correct.
they just didn't know what amount made sense.
Yep.
Like, and I've heard your close on that one, which is great.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And there's other ways to do it. Well, let's start with the lowest option so you don't seem like you're trying to gouge them or whatever. But I don't do the 3 option thing.
Okay. Let's hear it.
The way that I do mine is like, John, when it comes to life insurance, my mindset on it is, it doesn't make sense to buy something if you can't afford it year round. You know what I mean? So for you, some truck drivers they tell me, Roy, if you can keep this around 200, $300, some tell me higher, some tell me lower. I guess for you, what would you say is comfortable? And I'll see how much insurance these insurance companies will give us for that.
Yeah. What point are you doing that in the presentation?
At
Like
the very end.
where?
Very
Okay.
end. Yeah.
Right before you show pricing?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I'm bringing that up subtly, like
Yep.
one at
I
one
like it.
after the health questions, bring it up subtly. So my process with truck drivers is this because when I first started, I was like, IULs. I
Yeah.
gotta I gotta get them on Zoom. I gotta
Yeah.
build illustrations. I gotta do all this stuff. Um, my mindset on IULs and what we're doing is, these truck drivers want a big death benefit. They're not as
Sure.
concerned with the cash value. Now they
Cash. Correct.
overfund
Yep.
it if they want to, but
Yep.
we start about typically Mutual of Omaha, right? Right, I'm a Mutual of Omaha policy. Um, and essentially it's like you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot by over promising and then be like,
Mhm.
shoot, I just explained this awesome product with all these living
Yeah.
benefits.
Yeah. Yep.
And then boom, it's 40 grand of whole life for $300 a month.
Yep.
So my process is, rapport, whatever. First part, set the stage, tell them who you are, what you're about to do, and they want to know what's going to happen. In my
For
mind,
sure.
if I hop on the phone with somebody, and this has happened plenty of times, like if I hop on the phone, it's like it's ambiguous. I don't know the goal here. How long is this going to take? Who are you? Are you an expert?
Mm-hmm.
Like what's the deal? You're going to pass me off to somebody eventually? Like, who
Yeah.
are you and what's the goal here? Like, I think those are the questions subconsciously running through their brain. So it's like, hey, Roy here, got that request, blah, blah, blah. You were curious about the trucker's life insurance, right? Yep. Okay, good deal. Well, just and then I make sure I didn't catch them at a bad time.
Yep.
I don't do truck
Yeah.
drivers.
Unloading. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Unloading.
Yeah.
It's like that. My biggest thing was like I just never caught anybody at a good time. So then oh, what a bright idea. I didn't catch you at a bad time, did I? You know, I'm like, dude, I freaking took
Simple.
months, 3 months, because what I was scared of, I was scared of getting the no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
oh, now I got to schedule an appointment and this and that, but that's just scarcity.
Yeah.
It's not
They
fun.
use it when you're down that path of confusion. They're like, that's them pulling the brakes. It's kind of what you're
Exactly.
saying. Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, no, you caught
Yep.
me in between, blah, blah, blah. But you
Yep.
confirmed up front, like it's not a bad
Yep.
time. You know what I mean?
Slick. I like it.
And then let's see, setting the stage, just so they know my job. I'll walk through exactly what my job is. I tell them like exactly what we're going to cover too. I think that's important. It's like
Yeah.
when you go up on stage and you give a part, it's like you kind of want to tell them
Yeah.
what you're
Give a
gonna
little
gain.
framework.
What is this?
Yeah.
I don't typically tell them how long it's going to take, but I'm like, take a few minutes, whatever. Um, but then the most important thing is I go over health questions
Okay.
first.
What are you telling them then? Set the stage for me. How you go about that?
with the,
Briefly.
with the health questions.
Right before. Like where you said, I'm going to explain what's going to happen. So how are you saying, here's who I am, here's what we're going to do today?
Okay, so I'll just give you pretty much word for word, maybe a couple things are off. Hey, like to think my job's pretty simple. I'm the guy, I'm the licensed agent here, so I'll be the guy handling everything for you. And mainly just based on what you're looking for, I'll be the guy to help educate you and help walk you through, what you may be able to qualify for. And John, ultimately, if it makes sense, we'll, potentially look at getting you an approval. Sound good?
Super simple, dude.
So
So you're not pretending you're an underwriter or you're some
no,
benefit coordinator
licensed
or
agent,
you're
bro.
the licensed state regulator.
Oh, none of that shit, dude. I'm the licensed agent. And then I'll also say, and I'm not going to pass you off to anybody.
Yep.
I'm your guy here. I'll be handling everything. And a lot of times I started implementing that actually just a couple of weeks ago, to be honest with you.
I love it.
I've gotten a lot of like, oof, thank God. Because they don't
Ah,
know. They don't
it's
know.
true. It's
Just a
true.
guy on the other end of the phone. I think one piece too, a lot of people get banged on at that first part when they first
Yeah.
pick up the phone. Hey, John.
100%.
And I think like, man, this might sound weird. If you sound a little unpolished, it actually works in your favor.
Agreed.
So I'll be like, hey, John, Roy here. Hey, got that request you sent me. Looks like, I don't know, a couple minutes ago or whatever, a couple hours ago, yesterday,
Yep.
3 weeks ago, or a little while back, if it's like 2 years
Yep.
or whatever.
Yeah. 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 A little while back, 1994, you sent. We're scraping over here.
Yeah, exactly. Um, you were just curious about the trucker's life insurance, right? You know? If they tell me no, like I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. If they tell me I am not interested in your life insurance, gone.
Just move on.
Move on. I got enough people to call. I ain't gonna sit there and argue. I've done
Yes.
that plenty of times.
Yeah.
You filled this out at 9:56 a.m. I've got the time.
Your signature look. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, if you didn't, then who did? Because I got your statement. It's like,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna get all riled up and it'll ruin my next hour.
It's true. I love
So
it.
I think that first part, because a lot of people will be like, hey, this is Roy here at the Truckers Life Insurance Department. And
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that stuff,
you're
dude.
shooting yourself in the foot, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Now, other people, it might work, whatever, but in my opinion, it's like I don't want to talk to the guy that's at the department. I want to talk to the guy that owns the department.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my mind, I want to come across like I have the biggest penthouse apartment or whatever, office view in Nashville.
Sure. That's sick. It's also true versus the other one is untrue.
Correct. Yeah, fair.
You are not a benefits coordinator, ma'am.
When we first started, we'd have to I'd forget the county, because it's like the
Yeah.
county
Yeah.
all the time. Like, where is that? Like, if somebody on the other line was like, "Oh yeah, where are you guys at?"
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the benefits coordinator right here in New Mexico. Oh, really? What street?
So good.
Trust me, I've got caught on that, bro. Love it.
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
What up, guys? If you guys are looking to get to a new level in your career, you may have seen that we've been running some workshops in my office in Atlanta. I have them every quarter now. The last one sold out fully. It was a massive success. A couple different levels. You can attend just a general ticket, get you in the door, listen to 2 days of training, interactive, workshop style. We really dive into what you got going on and how to get to new levels. If you're looking to be in a new crowd, higher level up, I have a private mastermind. Last one was at my house. It was insane. All the value that everybody added to each other, and we had a good time. And I heard it was way underpriced relative to what people got out of it. You can check out some of the testimonials here, I'm sure. But if you'd like to attend, click the link below. I do them every quarter. The date will be around here somewhere. Look forward to seeing you there.
If you are in the insurance industry and you're looking to scale and grow your business, I highly encourage you to check John Wetmore out.
Honestly made the cost of the event back in the first 2 hours of being here.
John Wetmore is a beast.
So much value in everything that I've learned here.
It is worth the price of admission. Make sure you get to the next one.
That's good. I mean, that's how, dude, when I changed to hey, guess you need some insurance, huh?
Yeah,
People started saying yes. And I'm like, why are we complicating this?
right.
So
Yeah. That's so
I love
important. And same thing on the doors. Like when I was, selling, educational stuff door to door, it's like I'm selling educational. I would say I'm selling educational systems for the high schoolers down to little guys, or whatever. And it was never like I'm sitting down with. What was another one people would say? The Joneses. They picked up the whatever. Picked up. What does that even mean? They bought it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just being more forthright, because in my mind it's I'd rather get told no right from the get instead of this confusion, freaking
massage it,
this matrix, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found that that's really important, and it makes me feel better too, because I'm I'm just being honest.
It's legit. Yeah.
Legit.
So then you do next health before you get into financial and why stuff.
Correct. And I mean,
right. So I got some guys asking in the group now, they're new and they're like, I do health first. I do it this way first. And we're trying to mold. Correct.
As long as you don't tell them what they're going to get before you go over health.
Perfect.
In my mind, doesn't matter. I actually don't do health first, John. I was just saying, I'll take care of health first, and then I'll go over what they can actually qualify for.
Sure.
Whereas what I was screwing up before is I'd promise everybody an IUL.
Yep.
Start with truckers.
Yep. Yep.
Well, you got to pass the DOT physical and this and that. So I was naive. I'm like, dang, dude, this job sucks. Truck drivers suck.
Yeah.
All of them don't, whatever. But all I did was replace this part first, and then I created a script for the final expense if they could only qualify for that, or for term or whatever. Or if they didn't qualify for an IUL and got denied during the application when they told me they were scot-free or totally clean. But no, I want to figure out, I literally just ask them, dude, in my sales script or my word track, it just says, so first things first, I guess, what was the main reason you were looking at life insurance? And then I ask them, next question in there is, how much do you currently got? And if they tell me zero, I want them to say zero.
Yeah.
So that they feel it like I have no coverage instead of just being like, oh, okay. I'm like, so just so I get this straight, and then you just repeat it back. So just so we're on the same page here, and I know exactly what we're looking for. Currently, if something happened to you, you're telling me, so Diane, they would not receive a lump sum check to pay for the house and to pay for the funeral and all that stuff. Is that accurate? And now they have to say it. I think that's really powerful because they're just thinking it. They've been thinking about it for a long time. And then another one is a lot of people get on the phone with somebody, and I would get on the phone with somebody and then get procrastinated on.
Yeah.
Big time. And I still do all the time.
Yep.
But a lot of times they'd be like, they tell me at the end, well, I just got started looking at stuff, so I want to make sure, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn it. Or they've been looking for a while and got discouraged, and everybody's too expensive. So then instead of getting that at the end, I just added that question at the beginning, which is, I guess, is this recently, or have you been kind of trying to get this taken care of for a while now? And so if they tell me that answer, it's like a puzzle, dude. It's like, okay, I keep getting this shit here. Why don't I just ask that question up here to knock that part out?
And you have an answer for a yes or a no there, I assume.
Yeah.
If it's recent or been a while, I assume you have a strategy.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of which, I should put that part in the script, but I ask it every single time, and I should put that piece in there for our guys that are running them. And yeah, it just makes it way simpler. It's like, oh, he's been looking for a long time. I guess what's been holding you back, John? Is it health or how much coverage? And they just tell me,
Imagine.
Like, wow, that's crazy. I tell them my job and what I'm going to do, and then they tell me what their problem is and if they need it fixed. It's like, it doesn't have to be this freaking ninja.
And what do you do if it's new? I just started looking this morning.
Oh, great, John. Well, you know how typically you'll go into Google and you'll type, life insurance, and then you get a million phone calls from a million different people or for all these different things,
Yeah.
My job is to eliminate that. Because I'm going to shop around for you. I'm going to find the best possible option. You just got to trust me, and we'll, find the best possible option for you. Sound fair?
Simple.
How
deep are you getting on the why stuff? I know a lot of people on telesales struggle with that, dude. They don't know to go deep enough, or they miss one. And sometimes I might tell them, like, dude, you don't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, how do you learn to read that?
I still feel like I probably struggle with that one. I mean, I'm not okay. Some people go there.
Yep.
They go there every time.
Sure.
And so, get real emotional about it. I've never been that way. I've never sold that way. I don't feel genuine doing that.
Yep.
So when they're going over the why, if they're just like, yeah, I'm just looking at options, or like, yeah, I just want 100 grand. In my opinion, like if somebody just says like, I just want to look at my options, I'm like, oh, okay, why is that? What are you trying to cover? Mortgage or most, and I'll make it like, I think, dude, if you just make it like everybody's looking at this, most
you're giving them a thing too. You're putting it out there.
Yeah.
Like, your question gives them the answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Most drivers, because dude, most people have the same shit. They got credit card debt, mortgage, and funeral, and then income replacement. That's pretty much it. And so you just give them those four things. I guess for you, was it all of them or just one or two of those?
Simple.
And you dig into that a little bit more. It's like, okay, well, if you don't mind me asking, John, and I don't mean to sound like I'm, I don't want to dig into you too deep if you don't want me to, but it's kind of my job. How much do we own the house? And you just, you like cover the objection before.
Yep.
And it takes a while to learn that stuff because when you first get started in the job, you're just trying to get past the first part. It's like, holy shit, they're actually interested. And then you get all the way to the end and then they bang on you. It's like, well, it's like you just get a little bit better. Okay, I got to get better at that part and then this part and then this part. With our people, it kind of seems like, and it's probably the same for you, everybody gets banged on at social first.
Sure.
And they get banged on at banking last. So if they're on that part and they're getting banged on at banking, and that's like their last step to conquer, that's great.
They're almost there.
Almost there. And then after that, it's like when you have to redo an application or you've got to find a different carrier and then you got to master that part and how to bring it back.
True.
But it's all just like little milestones, tiny little milestones of getting better. But at the beginning, it feels like you got to learn it all at once.
Sure.
And that's just not how it goes.
I love it. How do you teach people to eventually overcome the social banking thing? Is it just reps and they figure it out one day? Or are you trying to give them a little like, hey, try this? Because it is hard. It's like, I just remember it stopped fucking happening. The
Yeah.
better I got at all the other stuff, it just,
That's
there was
interesting.
never a magic line for me that I can go, when I say this, I don't get it anymore.
As stupid as it sounds, it's just your confidence
Yeah.
on the phone. And that's just the hardest part to master. Another thing, though, too, and this is a little tidbit of advice for people, call the Department of Insurance, add them on the line, and have them verify your info.
No shit. That's a thing.
Every
I've
time.
never heard that one before.
Yep. Last
Do you
night,
really?
I banged on at banking last night. It was like 7 p.m. I'm like, dude, we've been working on this National Life Group policy for an hour. This is what I'm thinking. I'm not telling them this.
Yeah.
Like 7:15, I'm gonna be late for this dinner that I was about to go to. So now I'm like starting to get pissed off, And it's 7, but he's in Pacific time.
Okay.
So we call the department and they don't pick up, but and nobody answers. I'm like, dang it. I was like, I literally told him this. I'm like, well, shoot, happens. I could print off my license, but it's going to be like $6 for me to print it and to send it over to you. And he's like, no, not necessary. I trust you. Blah, blah, blah. Just because I called him, he didn't even get any verification, and that happens, dude. It's like, no, I trust you, scammer.
I get it.
Or like saying something like, John, you seem like a pretty intelligent guy. You probably would have hung up on me at least 20 minutes ago if you thought I was trying to scam you. You know what I mean?
I love it, dude.
Because it's like, right, you would have, You
Agreed.
tell,
Yeah.
And I was like, in the off chance, you got all my info, you got my national producer number. I give him a little, what do you call those things? It's like a virtual business card.
Yeah.
It's literally just
link.
a screenshot. It's nothing cool. It's not a link.
Yep.
It's literally just a screenshot.
Just a screenshot. Got it.
Picture of me and my fiance. So it looks like, whatever, family. And I'm wearing like a Carhartt, so I kind of look like a trucker a little bit. Probably not at all, actually, but I thought it would help. And then my national producer number and first name, last name, phone.
I love it, dude.
One dude yesterday, he's like, dude, you're kind of ugly.
Nah.
He's like, nah, you're a pretty boy or something like that. Blah blah blah. All right, thanks, dude. That makes me feel good, Juan. But that helps a lot too, because it's like they just get to know, like, this is what I look like. That's me.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know the answer, like the exact answer.
Yeah.
There's just comes with time.
Yeah. How many how do you articulate to people what it takes to really learn this from a time commitment wise, your mindset, like how much are you putting into, it's phone calls and leads, sure. But dude, we all know that ain't it.
Yeah.
How do you articulate that to people? Especially given you come from that and it's like you walk in and people are pushing you to do more and lead more. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, kind of you got to seek it a little bit more.
Yeah.
In a sense. So I'm curious what your convos look like.
One guy on our team here, he said, Tyler, and he was down at the event, to solar. Awesome dude. He was like, nobody's going to care about your business as much as you. Not your freaking upline, not your grandma, nobody.
Sure.
And I've heard people say this time and time again, like there are so many resources out there for you to tackle, so much YouTube videos, and the people that want it are going to get it. That's just number one. Yeah. People that want it, are going to seek the knowledge and they're going to find it. If they're committed enough. We tell our guys when they come in, it's if you have basically, and I'm starting to do this now. I'm learning a bunch, dude, but I'm starting to do this now where it's like, there are 2 routes. Okay. Some of them you can't, some of us were good at saving money. Some of us weren't.
Yeah.
And there's a cheat in the game is if you can just fund the business.
Yeah.
With the leads. And then there's the other way. And most people are in the other way.
100%.
So that one thing I learned is like, if they don't have money and I'm recruiting them, they're going to find money somewhere and it's probably going to be from me. And so we'll actually, it's just the truth, man. It's
so true. Oh, so true.
And so, and we bring people in full time. Like we don't do part-time thing, and people can be a server on the weekends or whatever, but most of them are broke. They're 20s,
You have daily standards. Like, here's what we do a day.
$300,
minimums,
6 to 8 presentations, or 3 policies. So basically, our thing,
300, 6 to 8, 3 policies. I like that. Okay.
our thing was this. In December, we came together like our top leaders, and we went to a cabin out in Gatlinburg, and we like created the vision for the year. Which I think is important. And we basically came up like, what are the standards? Like, what are we going to hold people to? Like, what are we going to hold ourselves to? Whatever. And 9 to 6, 3 policies or 6 presentations. Best 2 out of 3, you can leave.
2 out of 3. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't dip with $300 and nothing. Yeah.
Right.
You can't dip on a $300 day with nothing happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick.
That's the theory, And then people input stats nightly. We've got this stat thing where people input stats like how many, whatever. It's hard to track that off, man. A lot of people, hard to track that. Presentations can tell a lot through someone's presentations. Either they don't have enough leads or, in some cases, very, like take it with a grain of salt. But like in some cases, their reach rate's just horrible. You just watch them, they're dialing a ton, maybe smart spam, whatever. But for the most part, dude, like the recent conversation in the office recently, like past 2 weeks, I've been hearing like spam, all my phone numbers come up.
Dude, bro, thank God. Please cover this.
And
I want to bang my head against the wall with the comments I'm getting about it. So please.
Dude, okay, so first of all, it's like, okay, well, what can you control about that? Okay, you can put it in a spam thing every day. And Verizon, AT&T, whatever is in their T-Mobile. And you can just put it in every morning.
That's an everyday thing. You got to enter that. I've heard about that thing, but I've never done it.
No, I don't do it myself, but he does it for me.
Got it.
And it's helpful. I think. I don't know. But bro, I've literally had like, especially when I was calling a lot more people, my reach rate's been a lot better with truckers for some reason. I don't know. There's a trade-off with everything. But when I was calling like 200-300 people a day and old leads and whatever, you're going to get more spam. Part of the job.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are going to pick up the phone, some aren't. And I've had plenty of people tell me that I was marked spam and they bought a life insurance policy.
Sure.
It's just more numbers. In that case, you can control what you can control. We have a guy in their office that literally has 5 phones.
Are you serious?
I'm not even kidding.
Sick.
I think 5 phones. I think at least 4 that I know of. But
yeah.
And then you get Google Voice. We have Go High Level, so we use the CRM sometimes. But yeah, you just get different numbers and you just call them from those numbers. So our guys will do like, call from the work phone, call from your personal phone, because we try to separate the two. Call from your work phone, call from your personal phone, call from Google Voice.
Makes sense.
If you're down that bad.
Yeah.
So
easy work.
Yeah.
So you're saying they ain't getting out of the work.
Correct. Yeah. There's one way to get out of the work, and everybody knows what it is, but not everybody comes in with that thing. Moolah.
I love it. I love it.
That's I don't want to tell people a story where I didn't come from,
Yeah.
But there was a point in my life that I was broke.
Sure.
But then I did things to make sure I wasn't broke, like, I clicked the nozzle on, my first summer, that first Saturday, and it was like $7 in the gas tank. I'm like, how the hell am I going to get out of this?
Yeah.
And, my manager, I literally went home. My manager's like, well, looks like you're going to have to sell something on Monday, and so
welcome to the real world.
That was really helpful. So I don't know.
Dude.
Another thing too, like tougher thing to come to grips with is like, just some people aren't going to make it.
It's true.
That way better than I do, but
yeah, it's sad, dude. And it's good people too. And they convince themselves of all the wrong reasons why they're not making it. That's the part that kills me. You know what I mean? I'm like, you don't even see the real reason. Shit. It's tough to watch. Still, as quote unquote good as I am, according to a lot of people, but I ain't got the shit figured out either. I've just learned how to say this now instead of later better, and how to tell the story better, and how to get people to view. But dude, I still deal with 80-20 rule, dude. I don't know how to get over that thing. It still exists, no matter how good a quality I do, talking to people, asking questions, explaining the path. I still can't get them all to do what it takes. You know what I mean? And it's like, God, so hey, just find the people who are. And I joke now, like when you go to a family Thanksgiving dinner and like you probably had to sit at the kiddie table.
Yep.
I just have that. So I'm like, you can stay here, but you got to go sit at the kiddie table
Yeah.
and
You're
just
good at building out those analogies. Did those things come to you or did somebody teach you those? Like the
combo.
combo? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to have someone teach me how to do it at the beginning because I didn't understand how they would do them to me. I'm oblivious, so I miss stuff. So if you don't give it to me straight, I'll miss it. And so this one dude, it was actually Sean Mike, the star owner of FL. He used to try, he would do them all the time. And it would always make me like think different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. So one day I go, how the hell do you do it, bro? And his little answer was so stupid, but like powerful at the same time. He goes, I just pay attention to the world, bro. They're everywhere. And he hung up and he moved on. And I'm like, they're everywhere, huh? So I started just paying attention to the world. And I'm like, how can I make this thing people know? Because that's what I got was he would explain something I was familiar with or understood and then link it to the thing he was trying to explain to me.
Do you have one that he gave you that really clicked with you early on?
Well, the first one I remember, I'll tell you that one, when we were negative, like from a mindset standpoint, if we were bitching or moaning or I had a rough day. You say I had a rough day to Sean Mike. He'd be like, hey, you got a hospital near you? I'm like, yeah. He goes, they got one of those cancer wards there?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, hey, go pull in there, go inside, and then call me back after. Let me know how rough your day is.
Yep.
I was like,
wow.
Good point. So I remember that one because it was like the very first, like, oh shit, he's not wrong kind of moment.
Yeah.
You know, and then I started paying attention to how he delivered them. And I'm like, I want to learn that skill set because no one could say anything back when he did it. There was all the excuses went away. And I was like, I have to learn that skill set. And so I just started practicing it, working on it and trying them and messing them up. And I use stupid ones sometimes. And people are like, what? I've just 13 years of it, dude. I've gotten pretty good at it. It becomes a way to communicate for me now because it's so easy to get people to transfer like the way I see things relative to the way you see things. It's like a translator.
Not to get all biblical, but that's literally all Christ would do.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's all he did.
I don't know it that well.
Yeah.
Hence the stories and parables and all that.
That's it.
Yeah. Crazy.
You read it, dude? Like, I mean, I wasn't super, I'm Catholic. I was raised Catholic my entire life.
Yeah.
Latin, right? The whole 13 years Catholic school, 1 year homeschool, I guess, technically.
Yeah.
The whole thing, the whole book is all just
Got it. Interesting.
All the story. I remember thinking like, man,
true. Yeah.
Stupid. He couldn't tell them what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. I never thought of it that way.
Because I learned the best through stories too. It's interesting. Yeah.
Crazy. Well, there you go. It's like magic. What up, insurance agents? If you're looking for a roadmap on how to win in this industry, check out the book I wrote about a year ago, Do More Now, Get Better Later. Check out the reviews here somewhere. My team's putting them on. I'm getting tons of great feedback about all the people it's helped. Appreciate those of y'all that have bought it. Appreciate all the reviews that are going out. If you're new to following me or the industry, check out the book and get it in your hands now.
When you guys were first starting out, and it was, how many of y'all were at it?
Like from FFL standpoint?
Yeah.
I mean, there was no one here at the beginning.
So you were with another company.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah. And he started this and we moved. So Mike was with him at the other company. I was still in the hierarchy, but not Sean's. I knew of Sean. Yeah. And when Sean started this, he had Mike come with him. So he was like, Killamette was like Sean's right-hand guy for the first long time, years. I was just in the hierarchy. So I also got to watch Sean Mike train Mike Killamette on how to build an agency. So I had a front row, like I was literally sitting in the passenger seat, in the back seat, if you will, while those two are driving. So I got a crazy different perspective than most people, just how tight they were. And I got to watch him shift Killamette's. So there was no one here at the beginning. The year I was Hall of Fame was 2015. It was our second full-time year at FFL. There was only 5 of us that did it.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been nuts. That must be crazy. I mean, is it crazy to you?
Yes. Yeah, especially to what it's come from. I mean, dude, there was no company. We had a company name, but there was no company. Sean was still selling. I don't even know, dude. Sean's like worked a miracle. We had Americo. Was the only contract we had the first year. We tried to get a couple others and we get terminated.
Yeah.
It was messy.
Yeah, I
you
bet.
know?
That must
But
be so cool to see the rise. And
yeah.
now that's like what, 6,000 agents a month writing, you know?
Oh, it's a ton, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, it's bananas. So it's been a neat ride, dude. And we ain't here without people like you continuing it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? As things evolve and things change and things grow and systems change and the process changes, like, dude, like y'all are taking that now and going, all right, let's get to the next level. I was
It's
just
kind of cool,
early.
man. It's like, you know, I think I've heard you talk about this too. It's like back then, everybody was just, usually in their what, 30s, 40s, 50s,
Oh,
60s
dude, yeah. I
suits.
was 35 when I started and I was one of the younger ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got guys like your son. It's gonna be 18 years
Yes.
old if he starts in.
Correct. Yeah. He's already booking appointments for people at 17. You know what I mean? And guys in my group are 23, 25, 20. I mean, it's nuts, dude.
Oh,
That started really shifting in my group probably in 2017 or 18.
yeah.
I started noticing it and I was like, oh, dang. And it just turned into, there were a couple guys early, like Andrew Taylor, a couple other guys. They started at 18. So even at FFL, they were the young crew, but
Oh,
there was still more of us older folks than them for sure at the beginning.
yeah, because Andrew Taylor, I kind of heard his story. He started off and he was no good, right?
Yeah. I mean, he was like worked at the grocery store, dude,
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
started. He's been doing it a long time now, though.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
It's really cool, man. I really don't like, I don't know. I don't think it's rocket science at all. The job
Yeah.
ain't that difficult. I think actually the hard part that I will continue to try to get better at every day is the people part.
Sure.
Like the selling part, like sure, yeah, it takes like 3, 6 months to get good at.
Correct.
Um,
People don't change, dude. It's ever evolving.
yeah,
I mean, again, I'm whatever people think I am, great relative to their skill set. Dude, I still struggle with it. I still lose my mind some days. I still have a hard time communicating with certain people. You know what I mean? It's like there's personalities, dude.
yeah.
So it's always there,
So
always something to get better at.
what would drive you to get the people? I mean, like recruit again. I don't know if you were
It's
recruiting
fun, dude.
people under people or whatever.
I mean, now in order to do that, I have to have a base direct to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because the agency is what it is. It's already grown. It's already there. I did help people along the way. Certainly, they did most of the work. But at this stage, to start from scratch, I
yeah,
have to pick a handful of people to run with. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And trying to find those right handful of people. This interesting.
Hmm.
I have more clarity, and it's
Yeah,
easier, but
yeah,
it ain't gone away from the difficulties.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
you think? I mean, in my mind, when I first started in this business, we couldn't comprehend how much money you could make with how simple it is.
Yeah.
Like Logan Merritt, it was Logan, Austin, and I were pretty much, Austin was the first one in the office, and he kind of, started everything, and then Logan and I were recruited and whatever. But we were talking one time, we are like, why do they pay so much?
Yep.
And then we're like, well, it was probably way harder back then.
Yeah.
Paper applications, underwriting, going to their
It's
house.
changed a lot.
It's like it's just a lot easier now to be successful. But what's interesting about that too is like just because it's easier doesn't mean that more people are going to be successful at it. I would like to see what the numbers would
There's a bigger number of people successful. I don't feel like the percentage is changing much.
of
The
successful.
quantity of successful people, obviously, in our company is blown up.
Yeah.
I don't think the percentage has changed, though. I think you still have that 80-20. And dude, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents that don't sell shit every month.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Why do you
part of
think
it.
it is? Like you've,
I don't know,
you've
dude.
interviewed, I mean, probably what, like thousands of people?
Excuse driven is what it boils down to at the end of the day. It's just the excuse is different. Call it valid, call it invalid. To me, I think we all got shit in life, and some of us figure out how to get around it, and some of us don't. And I've been on both sides of that coin. I was 35 and broke, dude. So my excuses I let slow me down. And I think when we start finding reasons to figure out how to win, it changes. And there's some motivating factor that pushes us. And I don't know how to give people that peace. There's something that drives you to do what you do and me to do what I do, internal. And I don't know how to give people, dude.
Do you think that it was just dormant for you, or why did it flip on at 35 then? Or did you just find this business and that was the right?
Man, I had I think just a culmination of a lot. Like I get to look backwards on it today. right? And can go, oh, this happening, this was happening, this thing played out. Oh, this moment was kind of like the center point for me. And it was one of those I was tired of being tired type things. I've been doing it for a little while. I've been kind of messing around, just getting by in the insurance business. I was dealing with financial stuff, ex-wife stuff, kid stuff, child support stuff, alimony stuff, new marriage stuff, new baby stuff, job stuff. You know what I mean? Just life, dude.
Yeah.
And I just see so many other people winning, and I had to one day go like, I must be doing something fucking wrong because I have the same license and I hear the same trainings they hear. It's got to be me. And when I just owned that it was me and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to change, to win, shit started changing.
Yeah.
But I had a moment that drove me like to dig deeper than I was able to dig before without that tough moment. And I don't know if everybody needs that tough moment or not. I don't, that part I struggle with,
Yeah. I mean, it's either that or you got to manufacture something.
Correct. Which I do really good now. I can do that internally today and just mind fuck myself however I want.
Yeah.
That took years.
One of the tough things too is like if somebody starts making a little bit of money.
Yeah, it's true.
Myself included.
That's that drive thing.
Really easy. Yeah.
There's something else besides money that does it for me today. For
Right.
money, if it was the money, I'd be like, dude, I could just go to the beach. I'm good. But it's, dude, I love helping people get rich. And I like being able to like have my staff be able to support their kids. You know what I mean? And in their path, because they're employees. They don't have the same mindset as us as necessarily entrepreneur, self-employed type, but they want to do well in life too.
Yeah.
And if I do really well, I have more money. If they were part of helping me do really well, I like to pay them more.
Right.
So because I don't want everyone to have the mindset we have because my employees would leave me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, thank God you want to help a dipshit like me, but here, let me give you more upside than the dipshit up the street would.
Yeah, exactly.
So I try to let my people eat too. If I'm eating well, it's like, all right, come on, come in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, it's like retire. Is that even a part of your vocabulary?
Nah, dude. No, again, I do it more efficiently today than ever. I have plenty of time. I focus on myself, my life, my family, my well-being, my fitness. Like I have time for all that stuff, but I can get a lot done with a team. I have a good squad. You know what I mean? So I can accomplish a lot without it all being on my plate today, which is why I get to do stuff like this. My world still runs and I'm back to back to back. I got another one right now. And it's like, I like it that way.
Yep.
When I'm having fun, I keep doing it. Like, this is fun. We'll actually be up in Nashville with my team in October.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
when is that?
I don't remember the dates. I forget. They did it. They picked it. Maybe it's September. It might be September. I'll get it for you. I should know it, but Amanda knows it so well. We released a date the other day.
One of the guys in the office showed it to me. I was like, oh
yeah. It will be on this video when it's live. Reese will put it up here on the screen. So y'all watching, if it's not out, click the link, the whole thing. You can go to the events page though, johnwetmore.com/events. My guess is they have the dates up there already.
Okay.
I should know it, but I'm really bad. And I don't, but I'll let you know. And if you want to connect or I'll swing by, if I can help you guys out in any way, dude, we'll be up there. We're going to do a little lock-in type thing.
Yeah. Be a lot of fun.
So would love to connect, dude. All right, homie. Well, I appreciate the good insight. Great convo. And keep killing it, dude. And like along the way, if I can help, let me know.
For sure, John. Thanks, dude.
All right, homie. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate you. Later, guys.